precious babe, entered the world your glory veiled, not to be served but to serve, and give your life that we might live. This is our God, the servant King. He calls us now to follow Him, to bring our lives as a daily offering of worship to the servant King. There in the garden of tears, my heavy load He chose to bear. His heart with sorrow was torn, yet not my will, but yours He said. This is our God, the servant King. He calls us now to follow Him, to bring our lives as a daily offering of worship to the servant King. Come see His hands and His feet, the scars that speak of sacrifice. Pilate now took Jesus and had him flogged, and the soldiers plaited a crown of thorns and placed it on his head and robed him in a purple cloak. Then time after time they came up to him crying, "Hail, King of the Jews!" and struck him on the face. Once more, Pontius Pilate came out.
Here he is. I am bringing him out to let you know that I cannot find any reason to condemn him.
Jesus came out, wearing the crown of thorns and the purple cloak.
Behold the man.
The chief priests and their henchmen saw him and shouted,
"Crucify him! Crucify him! Crucify him!"
Yet I find no case against him.
It was the day of preparation for the Passover, about noon. Pilate said to the Jews,
"Here is your king."
Crucify him! Crucify him! Crucify him! Crucify him!
Am I to crucify your king?
"We have no king but Caesar," replied the chief priests. Then Pilate handed Jesus over to them to be crucified.
Jesus went out, carrying the cross himself, to the place called the Skull. In Hebrew it is called Golgotha. There they crucified him, and with him two others, one on either side, with Jesus in between. "If you are the King of the Jews," they said, "save yourself."
The passers-by shook their heads and threw insults at Jesus. "So, you are the man who was going to pull down the temple and rebuild it in 3 days? If you really are the Son of God, save yourself and come down from the cross."
Save yourself! Save yourself! Save yourself! Save yourself!
The chief priests, with the scribes and the elders, joined in the mockery. "He saved others," they said, "but he cannot save himself. King of Israel indeed? Let him come down now from the cross, and then we shall believe him. He trusted in God, did he? Let God rescue him if he wants him. For he said he was God's son."
Even the bandits who were crucified with him taunted him in the same way.
Jesus said, "Father, forgive them. They do not know what they are doing."
Meanwhile, near the cross on which Jesus hung, his mother was standing with her sister Mary, wife of Clopas, and Mary of Magdala. Seeing his mother with the disciple whom he loved standing beside her, Jesus said to her, "Mother, there is your son." And to the disciple, "There is your mother." And from that moment, he took her into his home.
By now, it was about midday, and a darkness fell over the whole land. which lasted until 3 in the afternoon, the sun's light failed, and the curtain of the temple was torn in two. Then Jesus uttered a loud cry and said, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." And with these words, he died.